that has been seen in this reserve, for example. You know, adding locations and that sort of stuff from one aspect, if you say that this rhino image was taken in Medikwe, Pilanesberg, whatever the case is, it's no news to anybody that there are rhino in those reserves, regardless of whether they are poachers or not. They know where these animals are found. When you start to get down to geotagging and location-wise, trust me, poachers have a far greater understanding of the landscape and the movement of these animals. They will find game paths, they will sit at water holes. It's not a random walk through the bush to try and find these things. So geotagging and geolocations, even then, not really a big thing. And the other side of that is if you are in a vehicle, you're driving a road and you geotagged a location on that, the poachers are not going to be using that same road to get there. These guys aren't sniping things from vehicles and getting out and fetching stuff. It's a far more complicated and covert operation than that. Where I suppose it just comes down to a simple question. What is the point of declaring the information or saying where an image was taken? I suppose from that side of things, you could just say this is a rhino. It doesn't matter where it was taken. And as I think David Rosenzweig has said, what value does that add to the actual image by saying it was taken in Kruger Park or Medikwe or whatever the case is? And unless it's linked to perhaps something from a conservation perspective to say that there is significant efforts in Medikwe to combat rhino poaching, why would you need to say where it is? Most people would look at an image and be able to say, oh, well, I know those hills in the background, that's Pilanesberg, or I know that exact waterhole, that's Medikwe. So yeah, I suppose it all just boils down to a very simple thing. Rather than going into whether you should be mentioning location and that sort of stuff, what is the point of actually mentioning the location? Which is probably the fundamental question of this whole thing. It doesn't add any value to an image unless you're actually relating it to a conservation point of view. Sharing images real time from the field, potential risk, not a great risk. But again, I think it's a sensitive issue and we should probably be looking at ways of minimizing any sort of contribution. But I don't think that poachers are scrolling and searching through social media timelines and feeds to kind of find their next target. It's just not the way it works.
So hello to Periscope.
Hello Periscope.
Okay, Nancy says this is awesome. And who's asking about, are we talking about endangerment status of rhinos? What are we talking about?
Well, no, we're just talking about rhino poaching and how people sharing images on social media can potentially give away locations. And there's a kind of buzz around at the moment, or has been for quite a while, that if you share any image and say it was taken here, all of a sudden you've now exposed that rhino to potential poachers who, seeing that this image was taken there, now can go and find that rhino or know that there are rhinos there. Very long. Know exactly where rhinos occur in these areas, and they're skilled in bushcraft as well. They know that animals come down to water holes to drink, so they monitor game paths, they monitor regions. They also know where patrols are taking place. They know where tourist roads are. So the argument kind of falls flat in some way, but in many ways when it comes to the social media side of things, and it's just more about people championing a cause and jumping on the bandwagon without questioning it.
Short question, I think it was Philip asking, what is the valuable parts of the guys looking for on a rhino?
They're going just for the horn, that's it. It's nothing more than compressed hair, keratin. And what happens is it gets ground down and consumed in various ways in the East, and people have beliefs that it has serious medicinal uses, which are completely disproved.
Okay, when can people watch this video?
When?
Later today.
Later today, this will all be live, yeah. But what you can do, if you want to find out a little bit more about what we're talking about here, Gerry posted a video yesterday just as an intro to give you a little bit of a background around sharing images of rhino poaching. So head on to the Wildlife Facebook page, check out that video, leave your thoughts and comments, and then check out again this afternoon where the rest of the Wildlife team will be commenting and kind of giving their thoughts on this whole thing.
Sweet.
Nancy, glad you're watching us.
Kim as well, actually.
And Kim, great.
Cool.
I hope you guys are looking forward to your next trips, and we're certainly looking forward to seeing you out here in the Sabi Sands.
Okay, thank you. Okay, check back later.
Oh,